Ruben Obed here, transmitting live from Kraken Punch House Gym here in Dorado, Puerto Rico, and we're getting ready to start our day today. We're gonna start our day. First thing that I gotta do is I have to roll these things up, because every time I use them, crap, I leave them hanging to dry. So I'm gonna roll these up. I figured, well, maybe while I get everything ready here, I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys. Yesterday, I didn't plan on it, but I actually took a day off yesterday from training. When I came back later on in the afternoon, and I was gonna train, and then my brother said, "Hey, you want to go to Walmart with me?" So I figured, okay, I'll go with him a moment to Walmart. And while we were there, we came home, and you know what? It wasn't 8. No, it was around 7. It was around 7. Anyway, we came home, and me and my brother, my wife, we ate some rotisserie chicken with bread and stuff. And the shit is, I was stuck. I waited off, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna rest a little bit, see if I digest that chicken. And it was already 9 o'clock, and I still felt like, damn, I'm full as hell. So I said, you know what? I'm not gonna train. I haven't taken a day off, in a while. So I said, I'm not gonna train, because I didn't want to start training and then, get a stomach ache and then maybe vomit and stuff. So I figured, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna train. I'm just gonna, go to sleep and train early in the morning. So that's what I'm doing here. Getting my straps ready, getting everything ready to start my training early today. Because the day's gonna be kind of busy. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm up to first thing in the morning here at Kraken Punch House. So that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna wrap these things up first, probably vacuum here a little bit, vacuum the studio, and mop a little bit with King Pine. And once I have all that done, then I start my training. All right. Do I take any supplements? No, I don't. Good morning, number one. No, I don't. I would like to buy a supplement called creatine. But I don't have the money for that at the present time. But that's what I would like to take is creatine. So if at some point I do start taking something, it'll be that. But I at the present time, I can't afford any of that. I'm just trying to get by, and my situation, better than anybody. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I mean, as long as, I think the only supplement that I would say that I really need is energy drinks. Oh, moringa, yeah. You know what? I heard moringa is actually really good, man. But yeah, but right now, man, I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything. I'm just eating and training and energy drinks. That's what I need. Honestly, I need energy drinks, because if you didn't know before, a year ago, I've been training in boxing about a year and 5 months now. And last year, if you started the show with me, you would know that I weighed 250 pounds. I was fat, and I was sick, and I was going crazy because I had to be drinking orange juice because of my hypoglycemia. And by the grace of God, that I'm healed of that. Now I'm training, and my hypoglycemia is like under control. I don't have an issue, but many times I feel low energy, and that's what I don't like. I don't feel tired. I feel strong and everything, but I feel sluggish. And so that's why I drink energy drinks, because of that, because of caffeine, and it wakes me up, and it helps me, boost some energy, so that's basically, why I put, that I'm raising funds for training expenses. And it's for basically little things like that, like energy drink, that I drink in the morning, Gatorade. I try to get some Gatorade in, and when people help me out with anything for training purposes, it's for that, really. But in the future, I will get some creatine, and but I'm getting ready, man. I'm gonna be fighting on the zone, pretty soon. I have all that going, right now, and I'm gonna be doing some great stuff. Hopefully this will be my ticket out of poverty. Lord knows I've worked hard for this, and since the music industry, I dedicated 40 years of my life to the music industry, and things didn't pan out the way I wanted to. So now I'm, going to focus on boxing. Hopefully that's the plan. Seriously, that is. I'm not even joking. I'm not even. So that's my plan. The plan might sound a little bit stupid, but to some people it might sound stupid, but not me. I'm actually in the position to get a fight with somebody like Jake Paul, and to be at that level. You know what I mean? I've actually met Jake Paul. He lives up the street from me. I'm involved with the gym that he sponsors. I know his coach personally. I know employees that work with him personally. So it's just a matter of time, before something legitimate, materializes. So we're doing it, man. We're doing it. We're doing it. Let's see what happens. But in the meantime, we train. If any of my friends wants to chip in this morning, so I can get an energy drink, to help out with my training, I appreciate it. Any little bit counts. So my PayPal link is in the description there. And that's it, man. That's what we're doing. Hey, number one, you ever seen my gym? I ever showed you my gym? I'll give you a tour. Okay, you've seen it in some videos. Well, look. You see, this is my recording studio. And you walk in. All right, here's my recording studio. This is where I do my work. When I get some customers, which I rarely get any customers. And then in that back room, little by little, I built this, boxing training gym. And this is what I do here. This is what I do. This is my little training gym that I built little by little with donations, that people have given me. And, the flooring I got at the dollar store, little by little, I made a few dollars. I bought the flooring and I put it there. Got these things like this bag. My friend Leo donated at this, little by little donation here and there. And I've gotten all these things. My speed bag. I built this speed bag out of one of them kitchen chopper things. I bought this thing at Walmart, and I built this speed bag. So I've done everything myself. And so that's how we do it. That's how we do these things. And I'm just waiting also for the sun to come out, because right now we're low on power since the day's cloudy. So I don't want to turn on that big fan right there, because it draws a lot of power. When you live off grid, you have to be conscious all the time of your power usage and stuff. So, so that's the deal. That's what's going on. Bring my weights back over here. Bring my weights back to the gym. Because my wife trains as well, and she uses my weight sets, but she takes it to the other room, so then she leaves it right here in the studio. So every day I got to bring them back over here, but I don't mind, you know. Oh man. So what else is new? What else is new, guys? Oh crap. Let's start turning things on here. ¿Es del finito?
Ah, sí.
Este.
Sí.
Okay. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. Talk to me. So a year ago, I was 250 pounds. You know, now I'm... There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. The heck was that? Oh, Alan, you just sent me a donation? Bro, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Closing pools today. I'm telling you, man, Alan, if you ever come down to Puerto Rico, if you ever open your business over here, you got an employee here. I'll go work with you. You know? In fact, when I get my fight on the zone, I'm gonna put your company logo on my trunks. You know, your pools. Holy shit. 375 per pool? Damn. Man, God bless you. I hope you get 1 million pools, bro. I hope you get 1 million pools. Tell you, man, I don't know. Give me a sec. Let me lower this here. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll tell you one thing. Number one, whenever I have the chance to pay it forward, and meaning to repay you for everything you've done for me, believe me, I will. Yeah. That's the issue, man. A lot of stuff happening. Right now I have a little bit of pain in my back. Hopefully, you know, when I start stretching out in the gym, you know, I won't feel so tight. But let's do it, man. Let's do it. Ugh, crap. But number one, thank you, bro. God bless you. You know, and I appreciate your support. Cristobal. What's up, Cristobal? I'm assuming Cristobal is from Spain. You know, because Cristobal is actually a Spanish name. It's a Spanish version of Christopher, which is actually Christopher Columbus's real name, which his name was, you know, the Americans, we call him Christopher Columbus, but his real name is Cristobal. Last name was Colón. Cristobal Colón is actually Christopher Columbus's real name, Cristobal. So that's a name, you know, that's a very distinguished name. Now, Amar, that doesn't sound Spanish, so maybe I don't know, you're probably Spaniard and Arab. Maybe you have some Middle Eastern. Am I correct in that, Cristobal? Are you like somewhat Middle Eastern or something like that? You probably are. Because Amar, even though Amar in Spanish means to love, so, but I have never heard somebody have a last name as Amar. Where is... I'm looking for my... Give me a sec. Let me put this here for a sec. Let me go find my battery charger. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Let me check it out. I'm gonna put it over here. I'm wondering. Yo lo tenía. I had my cable here. I wonder, did I drop it? There it is. I found it. I found it. There it is. There it is. One of these days, man, I'm gonna be a millionaire. When I become a millionaire, I'm gonna call my friend number one to build me a pool in my mansion. I'm gonna fly him down, first class, put him up in a 6-star hotel. So when I 8:39 a.m. And I don't want to gain weight. You know what I mean? So, but I hear creatine helps with the energy issue that I'm having. So, there's no easy way out, and there's no shortcut home. There's nobody here talking. That my friend number one just sent me. Man, I'm gonna go pick up some energy drink and tell me I'm gonna get a hell of a workout now. Shit. And God is good. May God bless my friend number one. May God prosper his business. It's 8:41 a.m. Oh man. Where's my phone? Here. Oh God. Cash App. Let me check if Cash App is still messed up. Yeah, my Cash App is still screwed up. Only my PayPal is working. Thank God that my PayPal is working at least though. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the supermarket and get some energy drinks. I'm going to train. There's no easy way out. There's not indestructible. You gotta get that strength. Some things are worth fighting for. So please, I'm not asking for another thing. I just wanna know why. There's no easy way. There's no shortcut home. Man.
Mas que tal?
Huh?
Rapaz,
See? Yeah, I'm doing my things here, but if you guys, have a question or anything, feel free to ask me because I'm watching. I'm just gonna continue vacuuming, doing my thing. Yeah, a lot of people don't know, man, but I built that gym literally with stuff from the dollar store, you know? Like literally, most very little, you know? Sometimes you gotta be creative, you know? Some people don't believe me when I tell them stuff like that. He said, "You built that from the dollar store?" Yep. I built a lot of stuff, on cheap. I'm very resourceful, you know. When you poor in life, believe me, you get really creative. That's one thing about being poor, you know. You become creative and you learn how to do shit, that would otherwise cost other people a lot of money. I like I like working in a clean. I like to box barefoot. I feel light, feel comfortable, and since you sweat, and the floors get dirty and sweaty, you wanna clean before that and disinfect them. That's what I'm gonna do now. I throw some detergent, some king pine, and just mop it. I already vacuumed over there, but it prevents any kind of ringworm, any kind of stuff like that. Yeah. All right, mop a little bit here. And I'm all out of king pine. All right. There you go. That was my last uh amount of king pine. It smells nice. I like the smell of king pine. It feels clean. I understand. King pine. Yeah. I ain't got no customers today. So let's see. But at least, people send a little donation here and there. It helps us out a lot. But yeah, man, like a lot of people, they don't believe me when I tell them, like I built my stuff like on a budget. My recording studio my boxing gym. Like I said, I made my boxing gym practically from the dollar store. And and people don't believe stuff like that. And the thing is that when you don't have much, when you don't got much money, you start like in Africa, and they make their own weights out of concrete, and because they don't have the expensive equipment, so they invent their own equipment. Something that somebody might throw away, you're like, oh crap, damn, I can use that. You know what I mean? I could work around it. You know what I mean? So, and you build stuff. At the dollar store. I'll give you an example. All right, here's my gym. I'm gonna tell you. All right, the flooring right there. This flooring, this puzzle flooring, you could get that at the dollar store or at them little discount stores. And a pack of these, I think like maybe 6 of them come in a pack, was like $8. All right. So little by little, I started with one until I put mats all over the gym. So now, I got mats all over. All right. This right here, this is a double-sided bag. This double, let me turn on the light so you guys can see better here. All right. So this right here is a double-sided bag. You can find these online for like 13, 14 bucks. All right. And, they come with a cable, and they're on here with these bungees. All right. Where do I get these bungees? There they are. I get them at the dollar store. All right. These are $1.49. Okay. $1.49. So right here, $1.49, and I drilled into the ground, into the concrete, and up on the roof, and there you go. I got my dual side bag. Okay. Same here. This is actually what they call a boxing water bag. But what these really are, this is a buoy for boats. It's the same exact thing as the boxing bags, these buoys. This one I had to order online. A friend of mine had donated, and I ended up getting it. But this is not your actual boxing bag, even though it's the same thing, same material, but I bought it as a boat buoy. Okay. And they have bigger ones, which in the future I might try to get one. This one was like maybe 40, 50 bucks, something like that. And they went up in price. Now I needed a way to mount it. There you go. We got these stretchy things from the dollar store. And at the dollar store, I bought a dog leash. All right, a dog leash, you see? And that's how that was made. Okay, so there you go. I have my water bag made out of, this thing. This is filled with water. It's a boat buoy, and you have the stretchy things from the dollar store, and a dog leash, which I used as a chain. All right, so that's how that works. Okay, now if we come over here, I have my speed bag. This I had to buy as a real speed bag, and you had to get the gimbal. But the mounting thing is just a kitchen cutting board, which I repurposed it, and and if you see on top, more of those stretchy things, and I put some rock and some cable to stabilize it, and that's how I did my speed bag. And the speed bag needs a little bit of air. Okay. I built this from a kitchen cutting board. Okay. That's how I've been doing things. Right here, my weights, all of these weights, these kettles, they were like $6 at the dollar store. These weights from the dollar store, those things from the dollar store, Okay. That's how I've built shit. All right. From the dollar store. All right. We come over here. These things, these noodles used for boxing from the dollar store. These hand weights, since the kettles aren't that heavy, they had these at the dollar store as well. And I got these. So now if I need some added weight, I put these on my wrists. Okay. Everything I've been getting, I get it cheap. I get it from the dollar store. Or if it's something I can't get at the dollar store, I buy it online and I get them cheap. These boxing gloves right here online, when they're new, they're like 20 bucks. Okay. This bag I got secondhand. I got this one on Marketplace, and it was $100, but it came with these pair of of gloves here, these Venom gloves that are already like deteriorating on me. But it came with this, that, and a pair of black hand wraps. So that's like the most expensive thing I've had. These I bought and in the beginning through a donation. These were like $6-7 online. These hand wraps, which are the ones that I use. And the trampoline I found in the trash. Somebody threw it out, and it was brand new. And then they threw it out. The television I found in the trash too, and it works, but sometimes it gets a little bit of lines. But I pick up a lot of televisions that I find that people throw out, and I fix them. This one I haven't really fixed it because I don't really use it much, but it's just a matter of ordering the board and switching it up. But that's what I've done. That's what I've done. That's how I build shit. These elastic bands are from the dollar store as well. I use those for training. Everything I get. Same thing with my studio. All right. The studio right here, I got this TV monitor. Somebody threw that one out and I fixed it. This one actually I bought years ago. That one over there I use as a surveillance camera. It's not even on right now, but let me just turn it on. All right, so you guys can see everything works. And I've built shit like that. I find stuff that is good and I fix it. And I use it. And I use it. So a lot of people and I keep my stuff. Why isn't it turning on? Come on, turn on, you piece of crap. There it is. So, and that's, you see, all these televisions I find, like people throw out TVs, you see, they all work. I fix them, all right. So that's my board, my piano. This is my main piano, but this one in particular was actually my father's piano, and it stopped working. Okay. Now what happens is it has a static issue. So when you press the button, you might hear the static. Hear that? Right? So he was going to throw that out. But what ends up happening is, like I said, I repurposed things. So I took the piano and I hooked it up to the computer, and I put the volume down so I don't use the piano as a piano per se. I connect it to the computer. I activate the sounds with the computer through MIDI, and I do my recording. So it works. It's basically like a keyboard piano. Keyboard in the sense like if it were a computer keyboard, we use it to control the computer. So I bypassed whatever issue the piano had, and it worked perfectly for my purposes, which are recording. All right. But if I want to use it like as a straight up piano, it makes that staticky sound, which I could fix, but I'm not going to. I have no need to. So right now, there you go. That's a gym made out of shit from the dollar store. And this is where I train. You know what I mean? Those overhead lights, I got them years ago at Walmart. They were like $12, and there you go. That's how you do stuff. That's why when I get donations, it goes a long way, because I know what it is not to have much. So any donation that I get goes towards, doing very creative things. You know what I mean? And the thing is to make it look nice, to make it look clean, for it to be clean. You know what I mean? Just because you don't have a lot of money doesn't mean that you can't have nice things. Sometimes, look, I'll give you a perfect example. I have a mirror. This mirror I found not too long ago. Somebody threw it away, and it was all rusty. All right. So look what I did. Boom, brought it in, gave it a little sanding, some black paint. Perfect. I got a perfectly fine mirror that that beautifies my space, and that's how I do it, man. That's how I do it. So I tell people, hey, if I can be an inspiration to others in the things that I do, because a lot of people are poor. A lot of people don't want to like admitting it because they're too proud. But most people are poor. Most people can't even donate to me because they're broke. And they act as if I'm the only one who's broke when they're probably broker than me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't want to admit being broke or being poor because it's it's embarrassing. But look, right now, when you turn the lights off, You see at the gym. You see, look at how nice the TV. You know, that's a TV that found in the trash. You know what I mean? Let's give it. You know, let's spray here some of this. Nice. The gym will smell real nice too. We got some Wizard, also from the dollar store. All right, dollar store smells. You know, well, this smells real good. It smells like oranges. You know, so that's what I do, man. That's what I do. And you know, if people like what I do and they get inspired, and you know, you can do shit too. You know, I don't have any money. You know, I don't have any money, nothing. All I have is a donation that my friend number one sent a couple of minutes ago, and I'm gonna go to the supermarket and maybe get a few things and an energy drink so that I could train. That's what I'm working with, guys. I live off grid. You know, I don't have electric. I built my own solar system, you know, my own water system. I don't have electric or water. We live totally off grid. And as you can see, I have everything normal, just like everybody. You know, it's you know, I'm proud of that mentality that I have, you know, but it's hard though. It's hard to have money. You just have to become creative and do stuff, you know. But when people donate, like even when they donate a little amount, $10, $20, oh man, you don't know. To me, that's like hitting the jackpot. Cause I can do so much with $20. You don't even imagine how the things I do with so little, you know. And you know, I think if the governments were that way, you know, if with all the money that the governments throw away, I mean, if I can do so much with $20. You know, the governments, it's just a waste, and you see how much governments waste. But that's the way the world is, guys, you know. And you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But if you guys like my show, if you like my channel, you know, and you believe in what I'm doing, you want to help me train, I invite you, if you can donate to my PayPal. My link is there in the description. You know, and you'd be helping me out a lot with any little donation that comes in. It doesn't matter. The amount doesn't matter, man. You know, the amount doesn't matter. You know, as long as something comes in and it helps us just continue do what we're doing, help us do, you know, help us continue to follow the journey that God has put in our way. And that's basically it, man. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, I like showing people these things because it's, you know, nowadays we think that everything requires a lot of money, and no, just, you know, I mean, yeah, the money is needed, but, you know, sometimes creativity you know, weighs more than just money. You know, you can have a whole bunch of money, but if you don't have a creative mind, you're just throwing the money away, really, you know. Some people, they just throw money at things, you know, and you can't just think that way. Even if you have a lot of money, you know, even if you're rich, you can't just think that it gets fixed by just throwing money at it, you know. You gotta be smart about things, you know. Maybe I should become the mayor of Dorado, of this town. That would be cool. If I become the mayor. Post this. All right, there. I just posted my PayPal link to anybody who wants to help us out, you know, and donate to our channel so we could, you know, continue doing what we do and help us, you know, with training expenses. Other people, like, let's say Jake Paul and that type of people, they have a lot of money to work with, and you see they do a lot of great things, but they also have the resources to do those great things with. I'm trying to do great things with nothing. So, and it's really uphill. Now, come on, what's up with this stupid phone now? I'm trying to do stuff with nothing. So, if you guys want to chip in and help me with training expenses and help me do what I'm doing. All right, sorry guys, I got disconnected for a second here. Oh man. Any questions, comments? So, guess who has a recording studio? I have $10, but guess who has a recording studio? Guess who has their own gym? Guess who has their own gym? Guess what? Guess who has a wife? Guess who hangs out with celebrities? Guess who trains with world champions? There you go. So you could keep your $10 because I have more than you. Guess who owns his own house that's paid for? Guess that. Guess who owns a drone that you can't afford? Guess who lives in one of the most high-profile towns in Dorado, in Puerto Rico? Guess. So, for somebody to want to try to brag about $10 and they're a loser, they don't even own anything. So, yep, maybe you got $10, but I own things. I have a house, I have a wife, I have talent. Yeah, I might not have $10 actually. I actually have more. I have 20 now because my friend donated. So see, now I got more. I got more than you. You got 10. I got 20. You want to see You want to see it? You want to see the 20? You see? I'll show you it. Give me 1 second here. So you have 10. I'm gonna show you. Let me just show you. Because there's a guy talking shit that he said he had $10. Right? Right now, I got more than you. I got 21. I got more than you. You know they gonna get mad. Yeah, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's some hater who always follows me. And the other day I was asking for a $10 donation and he's over there talking shit saying that he has $10. You know, to which I'm replying to him, and now I have more than you. You know. It's crazy how people, they try to troll you online but they don't show their face. But the reality is I have more than them, you know. Most of the people that are on here, you guys are paying rent, you know. That's the majority of people. You know, I may be poor, but I own my own house. Like, I own a house, you know. My house is paid for. I don't have a landlord. I don't need Section 8. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't try to flex on me when your ass is paying rent. You know? Don't you know, I could be somebody's landlord if I wanted to. The people, I'm telling you, people want to talk shit. People want to talk shit on others who actually have more than them, you know? Why people do that? I don't know. I mean, it's 9 in the morning, so they're up early. They're up early. They're up early doing God knows what. And following me. I mean, that's their whole life. Following me. No, you don't. You're broke. You're broke. That's why you keep showing up. You don't own shit. You don't even have 10. You're just a loser. You're just a loser making fake profiles. Your son, yep. Like I said, another loser. A loser. You don't own shit. You rent payer. You rent payer peasant. Section 8 living motherfucker. You mad because I have more than you. Fucking Section 8 food stamp living motherfucker. See, but while you're talking shit, you see, that's me. I have a wife. You don't. You ain't got shit. And if you do have a wife, she's probably ugly as fuck. No, you call me daddy. I have more than you. That's why you follow me. You follow me. Remember that. You follow me. How is it that people that are following me are chasing after me, opening up fake accounts to follow me, and they keep showing up? You can't win. You can't win because you're following me. I already won. You know, I have more than you. You know, and I'm poor, and I have more than you. So that means, shit, you're not even poor. You're fucking destitute. He's probably going online with an Obama phone. Anyways, some broke ass. A lot of people, they have less than you, and they talk shit. Motherfuckers have less than me and they're talking shit. I mean, how are you gonna talk shit if you don't even own your own home? You know? Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit if you're a month away from being homeless. You know what I mean? If you don't pay that landlord, you're out in the street like a bum and you're trying to flex on me. You know? Homeless motherfuckers. Rent paying homeless. And they're trying to talk shit. Fucking rent payers. Rent Payers Organization of America. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy some energy drinks before I start training. Thank you for the donation, David. My friend David just sent us a donation. I appreciate it very much. Man, what is wrong with this? Does this need like a new battery? I think my mouse needs a new battery. Oh, now it's working fine. I've never understood that. Like, why people are like haters and they want to chase after you, and then they try to flex on you, and when you have more than them, it's like it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And then they chase and like you block them, and they open up new fake profiles to continue to like follow you. Like that's disgusting. That I mean that a person who does that definitely has like no fucking life. You know? They definitely have no life. You can't have a life. You got to be like the biggest loser on the planet. Your whole life consists of making fake profiles and trying to bother somebody who's doing their thing. I never understood that. Thank God I don't understand it, because I would never want to understand the mind of somebody as pathetic as that. You know? 'Cause you got to be really pathetic. That's all you do in your life. You know? But if you guys like my show, you want to help me out with my training expenses, if you want to donate to the channel, you can donate to PayPal. My link is there, posted in the description. Thank you to David, and thank you to our friend Alan, who donated earlier. So I appreciate the support early in the morning. I'm telling you, man, people are fucking losers. And when you're a boxer and you know this, you know, you look at them and you're like, damn, they're pathetic. They think they can fight, you know. You know what it is. We boxers, we train every single day, you know, to spar in the ring for tons of punching. I mean, it's really pathetic, really. You know, to know that me as a boxer, if I get in a fight with anybody, all I have to do is get out of the way for 30 seconds, and then the person will be so exhausted they can't even lift their hands, and now I'm gonna hit them for the next 36 minutes, and they can't do shit about it. You know, I mean, it's don't get into a fight with a fighter, with a boxer, with a, you know, don't do it. You know, we're trained to fight. Just our endurance alone, you're gonna lose just on that alone. You know, but people don't understand that, man. People don't get it. You know, but it's kind of funny. You know, they come online and shit, and they act like they can fight, and like, no, you don't. You got 30 seconds in you. In fact, if you don't believe me, just do this: go to a heavy bag or a mattress or something, and punch at it full force for 30 seconds. Your ass won't be able to breathe. In fact, I'm being generous with 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. You'll be exhausted. 20 seconds. You know, that should give a person a realization of whether or not they should be engaging in a fight or not. You know, if all you have in you is 20 seconds, you know, you don't pick a fight with, don't act brave with anybody, because, man, God forbid the person you talking shit to is a boxer. You're gonna get this. You could get killed. You know, you can get killed. My advice. That's my advice to people. Don't get into a fight with a boxer. Anybody who trains fighting, do not get into a fight with them. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Only way you're gonna win is if you have a gun, and then you lose anyway because they end up in jail. Then in jail, some big black guy named Tyrone's gonna fuck you up and rape you. So don't get into a fight with a boxer, you know, or a fighter at that, any kind of fighter. 5 months of training will destroy the average Joe. You know, and people don't realize this. You know, people do not realize this. Especially like men, because men's egos, you know, are like, you ask any man, do you know how to fight? They're like, yeah, man, I know how to fight. It's not about knowing how to fight. I mean, you know, it's about being able to fight. You know, in order, if you're not in shape, if you don't have the cardio, the endurance, you know, like I said, you'll have 20 seconds in you, 30 at most, and then you won't be able to breathe. Won't be able to breathe. Your own enemy will be yourself. You know, you got to be really, really careful. Believe me, you know, you do not want to mess. I mean, right now, shit, you know, if you're a pro boxer, and I mean, if you're training as a boxer and you jump in the ring with a pro, you ain't gonna hit him. You're gonna throw punches. You're not gonna hit him. You're just gonna get exhausted. And that's people who train. So imagine just the person who all they do is eat pizza all day and drink beer. They walk around with a beer belly, man. They got about 10 seconds in them. They act all tough. They get their ass knocked out, man. Let me go get my socks. Hold on. Put my sneakers on because I'm gonna go to the supermarket and get my energy drinks. Get my energy drinks on, baby. You know. gonna do? Get your ass knocked down. We got people watching. Shout out to the people watching. If you want to donate towards my training expenses, guys, help me out. You can donate to my PayPal. My PayPal link is right there in the description. Thank you to Dave and to Alan for donating this morning. If you want to help out with my training journey, you can do so through PayPal and be part of my journey. Don't mind me, I'm putting my sneakers on. Because I'm about to head out. I'm just putting my sneakers on. Ruben Obed. Yo, I'm starting I feel like Mr. Rogers putting on his sneakers. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? I'm running out of cologne. Gotta buy some new cologne. Oh shit, I'm out. I'm out. Damn, my favorite cologne, I'm out. Alright, well, let me get out of here, guys. I'm gonna run to the store and pick up my energy drinks and get ready to train. Before I go, to any of my friends who want to support my training, if you want to donate something now so I can thank you before I leave, you could donate to PayPal. It'll help us just cover costs and, get a couple of training things that we need. So if you want to help out, you can do so now. I'll stay on 2 more minutes and then we'll go. Thank you to Alan and to Dave. Now get a stock up on some training stuff, energy drinks, a couple of Gatorades, a couple of, things that we need to continue this journey. Okay, a few more minutes and then we'll go. few more minutes and we will be leaving. Any last questions? Where's my watch? I wonder where my watch is at. Let me find my watch. All right, I found my wife found it. My wife found my watch. Okay, we're out in 2 more minutes. All right, guys. Well, take care. Ruben Obed signing off. Thank you to the people who donated to the channel to help us with our training expenses. If you wish to make a donation now that I leave, you can do it through PayPal. And God bless you all. And I'll be on a little later. I'm gonna go take care of a couple of things, and then come back and do my training. And after I do my training, I'll log on here and chat with you guys a little bit about whatever it is you guys want to talk about. So God bless you all. May God bless everybody. God bless Alan. God bless Dave for donating and helping us out. And that's it. Take care, guys. Peace.